is America's first and purest form of government? Well, it's the Constitution. Was there anything wrong with the original Constitution? There was. The American people at the time thought and debated that there should be a list of human rights in the Constitution that they all had, and hence the Bill of Rights. In 1775, King George III declared America's insurrection. This marked the beginning of the American Revolutionary War. This war went on from 1775 until 1783. 5 years later, after we won the war, we made our Constitution, but it was missing a list of human rights. And so, after much heated debate and controversy, the draft of the Bill of Rights was written in 1789, the same year that President George Washington would be elected. 2 years later, the Bill of Rights would be ratified and added into the Constitution. What is the Bill of Rights? Well, the Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments in the American Constitution. They are all inalienable rights that we have as citizens, but the first 3 are the rights that we use, or most of us use on a semi-regular basis. The rest are legal procedures and how the court's going to treat certain situations. It was written in 1789, or the draft was written in 1789 and ratified on December 15th, 1791, exactly 214 years before I was born. It was written by James Madison, who at the time was a congressman, and he would later go on to become the 4th president of the United States. The First Amendment gives us freedom of speech, the freedom of press, the freedom to protest, and the freedom of religion. When it says the freedom to protest, it means peacefully. Anything besides peaceful protest is considered illegal. The freedom of religion is the freedom of individual religion. This declares that no state or the federal government cannot declare a nationwide or statewide religion. Quote, "To disarm the people is the best and most effectual way to enslave them." George Mason. George Mason was the author of the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. It declares that in order to maintain a safe state, the people must be able to own weapons. The Third Amendment is the amendment that declares we are allowed to not have to house soldiers. This was a problem in England and Europe. The soldiers were allowed to come in and confiscate civilians' households during times of battle or war. Amendments 4 through 8 are legal procedures and our rights as citizens if we're arrested or there's a lawsuit. They are how the court's going to treat certain situations and how the court's going to act in general. Amendment 9 explicitly states that there are other rights, human rights, outside of the Constitution. Amendment 10 states that those rights are decided by the state and by the people. In conclusion, the Bill of Rights is unlike anything that had ever been written before. It was outrageous at the time period to give the power to the commoners and the people. That's exactly what America did. The most important thing for us Americans to do is understand our rights and never let anybody take them away from us.